Alternative Christian funk, our music subject today. The organization that we're extremely pleased to have today, and I'll get it right this time, Jerry, is SounDoctrine. 4 pieces. Who are those 4 men? Let's find out. Our first young man is the keyboard player. By name, he is Cliff Barnes. Cliff, keyboard. How do you get started with such an instrument?
When I was 5, my grandmother used to sit me down on the piano next to her along with my mother, and they used to let me bang while they were actually playing, and then I kind of got the hang of it after that.
What's your preference of music? Where have you played?
Well, actually, I should say gospel is my preference in music, or my mom will be upset. But other than gospel, it's jazz, and I do a lot of jazz.
4-piece aggregation. I think that's still a proper term to use. I've never thought an organization is worth a cent and a half without a good rhythm section. When you think rhythm, at least I do, I always think of drum. Our drummer on this occasion is the producer of the organization, by name Jerry B. Jerry, how long have you been playing?
I've been playing all my life. It started just like...
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
But the fact that you have a mic. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We both forgot that.
Same situation as Cliff. I just started early on the drums. Well, they tell me I was beating on my grandmother's chairs, and you know, my grandfather decided to buy me a set.
When did you start taking music more seriously?
I've always taken music seriously. Ever since I could remember. I mean, that's all I wanted to do.
Making sure I have it right, you were talking alternative Christian funk.
That's right.
Describe it.
Alternative Christian funk is a mixture of what you just heard. I want to also say that the band is the total band, SounDoctrine, is a little bit bigger than this. Phil Moore, Phil the Beat, we call him, bass player as well, Craig Burney. And the sound of alternative Christian funk can take you wherever. It's just like a stew. And there's little green beans and potatoes and carrots and so, you know, and you just mix it all up and you get that gumbo, and that's what, you know, musically that's what alternative Christian funk is, where we can go anywhere we want to.
Who picks the music you play?
Oh, man, it comes from everywhere. We've been blessed to hire a great musical director in Cliff Barnes, who can take us anywhere we need to go and change up our timing. So for example, the first song that we played, In My Mirror, is kind of different from what people would hear on the actual CD because it's a vocal cut, but being that we were going to be scaled down this morning, we wanted to make sure that we represented it well. So it's a Cliff Barnes arrangement. Yo-Yo is another example, a song that I co-wrote with Brother James over here. And that started out being a vocal song, but when he spit out the saxophone on it, then we switched it up a little bit and it became instrumental. And that really, Yo-Yo really defined alternative Christian funk because it went everywhere.
Let's talk to Nate. Nate Barnes, you are playing, let me get between the two of you. I think it'll work even better that way. You're playing a bass guitar. I have to make sure the number of strings here. We're talking bass guitar. What's the importance of your instrument in this group?
I'm just here to hold the bottom down, basically. Like you said, MD over here, he lay everything out for me, show me what I got to do. I just do it. That's what I do.
And one of the nicer things, you're also the keyboard player.
We gonna leave that off the air, though. We don't like to discuss that in public.
I've had an opportunity to really enjoy these 4 young men this past hour and a half. They were rather early in their arrival, and we have had at least I've had a barrel of fun. Young man, when he first came in, I thought he was a clarinetist. The item he's playing looks more like a clarinet to me than a saxophone. Jaymie Herod, Jr.?
Yes, sir.
What's the difference between this item, which reminds me of a clarinet, and a clarinet?
Well, it's a lot of similarity between the clarinet, I think only because of the shape of it, because it's straight, and it's pretty much of the woodwind family, but it's actually a soprano saxophone, you know.
Why would an individual play soprano saxophone as opposed to any other instrument?
I think I play it because it's the closest thing to the human voice, and it's just like my second woman, you know, and I refer to her as my woman. Her name is Reba, you know, and it's like a soulmate type thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I prefer it, because it kind of like speaks out more than, to me, the alto or the tenor, because they speak real heartfelt from the bottom, and this is more, to me, like soul, you know.
How long has this organization been together?
2 years, but they called me about a year ago on it. Jerry did, and we've been working on it, you know, and collectively we've come together with this energy that God has given us to put it together soulfully.
Jerry, yours is an organization that has a new CD out. Tell us about it.
Perseverance, perseverance. Come to SounDoctrine.com, SounDoctrine.com, and check us out. You can meet all these guys online, read up about them, their hobbies, their habits.
Good ones and bad ones.
Stuff. and read about how the lyrics came together, because again, the CD is autobiography. And you know, all the lyrics weave together from beginning to end. It begins on a journey and ends in praise and worship. So,
and we're talking about young people who have something to say,
yes,
who all profess their love of Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
And are doing it on this occasion in music.
Yes, sir.
We're not going to talk anymore. I'm a firm believer. Music is to be heard,
Yes, sir.
not talked to death.
Understood.
Let's conclude today by listening to, and I will get it right on this occasion as well, Sound Doctrine, the CD, Perseverance.